This is the Missouri post-game reaction. Auburn falls in double overtime to Missouri 23-17. And I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Auburn had the lead late in the game, late in the regulation, 17-10, was up 14-10 at the goal line. Bad snap, had to settle for 3 there, and there were just missed opportunities. This was one of those games where you can point out missed opportunity that this team had to win the game. And this is just a microcosm of this entire season. That there are opportunities to take this game over, whether it's drop passes, whether it's missed field goals, whether it's a bad snap, whether it's questionable play calling in double overtime. This team had its fair chances and opportunities to win the game, and the offense literally did nothing in overtime. They did score in the second half. They had 2 possessions where they scored 10 points. But again, this is another example where Auburn just can't get out of its own way. Auburn opens SEC play 0-4. Something's got to happen. I don't know what's going to happen after this weekend. Fans are frustrated. Fans are over it, as they should be. I'm going to bring in a few people. Ike, are you ready, sir? Ike is ready. Ike, talk to me, because I'm out of. I've iterated the fact that this is the same movie we've seen week after week. That there's opportunities to win the game, and under this administration, under this coaching staff, Auburn just can't get it done.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, they had every opportunity to win this game. Missouri kept giving them chances to win. And I feel like Freeze did not put himself squarely in the bullseye until overtime, because that overtime play calling was awful. I don't know that I liked a single play call during overtime. I don't think I liked any of them, dog. I think you had an opportunity for just go to the press conference and say, hey, we fought hard and we did this and we did that. And we got a couple of plays here and there. And, you can use the party line of being close. But then you go into overtime, and those first 2 calls in the second overtime, I was just like, what the? You haven't done.
First 3. The first 3.
The third
he was
one
playing
was,
he was playing for 4th down. Yeah, and I don't understand that.
I was thoroughly confused by everything that happened during that second overtime. Like, I just don't know how you have some of the best receivers and they're playing ball after they started roughly, and you don't even give them a shot. Like the time you got the ball inside the 1, you don't even give them a shot. Like, throw the back shoulder on one of them. Like, golly, man, I just don't get it, man. I don't get it at all.
I don't understand. I don't. You're the play caller, Ike. You're the play caller. And this is what you call.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity to just let it all hang out. You just let it. You have an opportunity to just. You're coaching for your life here.
Yeah.
This is what you dial up. I didn't like the calls in the first overtime, if we're going to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. Neither of the overtimes. I don't think a single play call during overtime made a whole bunch of sense. When they needed the drive after Missouri scored, I didn't like the play calls there. I didn't like that on 3rd down they went to a straight drop back. Like, it's just like you go away from the things that you're best at, trying to like trick people, as opposed to just being like, yo, they ain't stopped us, man. Let's line up and just play football. It's mind-boggling at this point in time that they find ways to lose football games. And let's listen, if you're a Missouri fan in here, congrats to y'all on the win. But let's be clear. Auburn lost this football game because Auburn gave it away. Auburn had plenty of now listen, Missouri screwed up enough themselves, right? Like a lot of drops, but heaven and earth has to move for Auburn to get wins in these types of situations. And listen, I'm not going to sit here and bemoan the missed defensive pass interference on that drive. It should have been. Like, it definitely should have been.
Should have been.
But golly, Preston Howard, make a catch. And we don't have to have this conversation. Like, I sat here and talked about how Jackson Arnold isn't clutch. He made the throw on that one. And
I'm amazed he still gets targets. I'm amazed.
Yeah,
I am amazed.
No clue what
Preston Howard is the reason why I feel as though if I mess up, I can look for opportunities in life. He is a clear example of that. I'm amazed. I'm amazed he still gets targets.
Yeah, I am. Like, at this point in time, we talk about coaching malpractice. Like, Ben, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, Agamawa, tight end coach. You telling me ain't nobody else in this room out there ready to go after game 6? After game 6, nobody's ready to go? Freeze is up at the podium right now. They're playing the press conference here in the thing, but keep rolling. He sounds somber.
What do you even ask that man at this point? I'm gonna bring Dylan in. Dylan is looking about as deflated as you possibly can be deflated here. Dylan, thoughts? Talk to me. What's up?
I don't even know where to begin. And just reiterate everything y'all said. I feel like the coaching malpractice to the highest degree. We talked about giving him a half. Well, he got 3 halves tonight and squandered almost all of them. This is a new low. 0-4 in the SEC for the first time in however long. 2012, I guess, would be the best, but consecutive seasons of starting off winless in the SEC. That's one going longer than any of them. You're 7 games in, your quarterback still doesn't know how not to take a sack. The commentators were talking about how he got back to the line very quickly in overtime, second overtime, where they like, oh, look at Freeze is very confident in this play call, and it was the halfback outside run to Cobb, and it got blown up in the backfield. It's just a every week thing at this point. This is a new low.
Yeah. Again, it's hats off to this defense. Ahmad Hardy had 24 carries. He had 58 yards. He averaged 2.4 yards a carry. They held Missouri under 100 yards total in rushing in this game. That's enough to put you in the driver's seat as an offense to take advantage of a Missouri team that was vulnerable all game. And opportunity after opportunity gets squandered, whether it's questionable play calling, drop passes, high snaps that throws off the rhythm of an offense. Whatever you name it, Auburn did it, and then some at critical moments to take themselves out of this game. It's unbelievable. We're going to get to the super chats because they're rolling in, guys. Starting with exclusive TV, 3 missed kicks, 2 missed kicks. I don't even know why you asked McPherson to kick that last field goal like that. I don't even know why we're taking. Don't just let me get through this.
You set him up for failure on that last one.
Yeah, he missed 2. I don't even know why you asked him to kick that third one.
You got to put Gibbs out there. That was ridiculous.
Dropped first down by Howard. Didn't score on the 1, and choosing to call a run play on 3rd and 8 at this point. Get rid of everybody. Exclusive TV rights.
Your staff the right
Yeah. Ike, go ahead and mute yourself.
We all know what we signed up
when you're ready to
certainly know that we fit.
Nah, I ain't got nothing to say, bro. Yeah.
But Auburn is also about.
All right. Definitely not Cohen's burner. and I like the picture there too. Can I Cohen fire him now? I mean, I don't know. I don't know when it happens, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good for Freeze. He needed this game, didn't get it. So
yeah, I mean, here's the this is the difficult thing, right? Because the unfortunate reality, I know I said I didn't have anything to say, and here I come butting in, but the unfortunate reality is he had really 3.5 quarters of really good play calling out there that was getting screwed up by terrible execution. But the problem is when you absolutely need it,
disappear.
I just don't understand where it goes. Like, you had a tie ball game with the ball and you do nothing offensively, mostly because it's like, what are you calling here? Like, what was that? Then you get into overtime and you're like, bro, this is what you came. I don't understand that. I just don't.
Yeah, I don't even believe in Hugh Freeze as a play caller, let alone. I can't believe that's what he came up with. Darius Lee says, snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. That is exactly what happened tonight. The American Idiot 01, I predicted this as Mizzou win at 21-17 in a heartbreaker. I was off by 2, and my heart is still broken. Freeze can pack his bags tonight. Ty K says, basketball season can't come soon enough. This is where we are. Ben Bloodworth with the 199 says the L's are automatic because we have no clutch. I see what you did there, Ben. G. Hargrove with the 499 says, no matter the talent, bad teams find a way to lose, and that's what we are. We're damn Eagle anyways. G. Hargrove 251. We are a bad team. Auburn is a bad team. And
yeah, it's official. Like you officially, you have found every conceivable way at this point in time to lose a football game. You've lost when you started out strong and faltered. You've lost when you were behind to begin with and never recovered. You have lost when you were behind. You came back to get the lead and then you lose again. You've lost in overtime. You've found all of them. Every way. Like they uncovered them all.
Just in case you are curious, I have my Twitter open just so I can see the quotes from the presser as they come out. Hugh Freeze said, and I quote, I know we're close, and I know we'll get over the hump, end quote.
Yeah, I just heard him say it. Yeah, he said the same. We're going to get back to work on Monday, yeah, all that.
Well, the team will. The team will be back to work on Monday.
Here's the thing. I'm not, I was very confident that if they lost this game, he would lose his job. There may have been just enough for them to say, I don't know yet. Just enough. Like, I don't know. I'm not as confident about that anymore as I was before this game.
And then I watched Arkansas put up 42 on Texas A&M.
Arkansas can. I don't know why I have to keep saying this. Arkansas's problem this year has not been scoring. They put up 42. How much did their defense
45.
give up? Right.
But how many points can Auburn score?
That's true enough. But is Auburn's defense going to be able to? You see what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah.
Arkansas can score, but they can't stop nobody. That doesn't bode well for Auburn. I'm just saying, like.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yes.
The unstoppable, the stoppable.
And for the record,
versus the unmovable versus.
For the record, boss toss loss. I had Arkansas as a toss.
Yeah. I had everybody tossed, and everybody been tossing us around the field.
We were the toss.
Which, I mean, listen, if we're being honest, all of them have been toss-ups. They have been all one-possession games, one-possession losses, but you haven't come out on the right side of them. Anyway, get to these chats, man, because they.
Stephen Neely says, no way Hugh Freeze is head coach on Monday. Complete trash. Stephen Neely is a believer that he's done. One I know who is done is Mercy. He says I'm done. Darius Lee says Freeze is worse than Harsin. Time to be real.
It's not ridiculous to say that.
In terms of wins and losses, absolutely. He's a much better recruiter than Harsin, but that's about where it stops for you.
I think it was Mike G that said Harsin was the best about getting the talent out of the players, and Hugh Freeze has yet to have done that. So you can get a Bugatti, but if you don't know how to drive it, then you just have it's just getting dust in your garage.
Slow oil leak. Big Gap 78 says, feel sorry for this team and the fan base. You would think Freeze getting another chance at the SEC would give a better effort at coaching. You would have thought that, Big Cap. That's what I was hoping when Auburn hired Hugh Freeze. We've gotten anything but that. The guy who draws what he likes says, for the Freeze warning has been downgraded to a false alarm. I hate this for the players. We have the talent to be a much better football team, and I feel sorry for the defense. This is an elite level.
The defense is really like who I feel most sorry for, because they've been given max effort. Like, man, the interceptions that you got from A&E Lee and Crawford tonight were amazing. Like, both of them were amazing effort plays. Golly. Oh, by the way, I think somebody said it in the comment section. Jackson Arnold, for the first time this season, was not at the post-game press conference with Coach Hugh Freeze.
Yeah.
Which, again, I don't think Jackson Arnold actually played poorly this game. He didn't play great, but he played okay. But the problem is everybody's doing just enough to lose close.
Yeah, I'd give him like a C minus on the day. I mean, I don't think he played.
Cam Coleman catches that pass. Does that change your grade?
If he catches that pass, that negates the interception because he wouldn't have thrown an interception. That would have brought it up. I mean, what's really bringing him down is the fact. I mean, look at the interception, and no one can tell me who he threw that ball to except to Missouri.
My biggest frustration
and
is
the
just
sacks.
onto the ball.
Taking the sacks.
That was really what frustrated me with Jackson.
Overall, I don't think he had a bad game. He didn't have a bad game.
Yeah, that's what I said. C is not a bad grade. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's probably accurate. He's like
he gets the degree, but he didn't. He's
no
not
honor
getting
roll.
Good.
No
honor roll. Not the dean's list. Mason Murphy though gets.
He doesn't get the pizza party for the honor roll students okay, fine.
He doesn't.
Harold Greer says, so many heartbreaks. I'm done. I don't see an SEC win with Hugh Freeze as head coach. This just hurts. Do you think Auburn can beat Kentucky at this point, guys?
No.
Yes, I do. I don't think Kentucky's good at all. They haven't. Here's the thing: they haven't lost to a bad team yet.
They took Texas to OT. Would we lose to Texas?
I haven't seen them lose to a bad team. I have to see them lose to a bad team before I say that they will lose to a bad team. Like, they have had close losses to three really, actually fairly good teams.
Did they lose to Toledo?
No, I'm saying Auburn hasn't lost to a bad team so far.
Okay.
I don't care about Kentucky. They're not good.
Mike Davis says, a sack. Al TF. Do not just at least throw it up on fourth down. I'm done with the Freeze era. Arnold, Howard. the whole lack of accountability. The ref screwed Auburn again, but I don't know. Fire Freeze.
I will take no ref slander in this game. I don't think you can complain about the refs as badly as they've been the past few ones. I think it was.
They showed up, but
that DPI was pretty egregious to not call in that moment, considering you just gave them the drive before. That got them down there close. Like, that was pretty bad.
But I feel like you can't put the game on that though. Like,
no,
I mean,
you can't. That's the problem with all of these ref situations. The game did not hinge on that one call, but it's just like, God dang, bro, can't we get the calls we're supposed to? Like, that was obvious.
At home?
That one was obvious. They were holding hands downfield. Like, what did you think that they were going on a date? What the heck? What were you watching?
Yeah.
And on fourth down, I don't think if we're talking about the second overtime, Arnold had no time to think before he was getting taken down. I mean, Jeremiah Wright was his only receiver that was open.
Ben Bloodworth says Freeze is less than Harsin because he has done less with more. Yeah. That's painful. Thomason says fire Hugh now, change the law, and McPherson should personally get to kick him in the balls for positions. Sheesh. Thanks for the super chat, Thomason. Reed Minart Drums says can't even put this on Jackson. Piss poor play calling in OT. Hugh completely forgot that Cam and Perry are on his team. To your point, Ike. Howard kept getting throws his way and can't catch a cold. No clutch. Shaking my head.
I got excited every time Perry Thompson caught the ball, then immediately got mad because like, why was he never in the position to catch passes anyways?
I was happy for him. He had a good game.
He had a very good game, and I don't understand why he wasn't being put in the position. Like never mind. Just keep going to the chat.
It's coaching malpractice. We've established it, Ike. It's egregious. It's embarrassing. It's all the reason why Hugh's seat is as hot as it's going to be.
How do you think Marcus Davis feels?
I don't know. I know how I feel, and it's not good. Exclusive TV says it's safe to say we're not winning another game. I think we will win another game.
Mercer's the toss.
Get out of here.
Lafayette's out there now.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
You're being emotional,
I'm not
Dylan.
I'm not accepting that one, bro. I get why you feel it, but no, stop.
Yeah. You're being emotional.
If you had said Arkansas, I'd have been like, I get it because they can score. I'm not accepting Kentucky and Mercer, bro. Like we're not doing that. No.
I think Arkansas going anyway. Floppy Toppy says losers lose. Why expect anything else right now?
Because they're close.
That's why. Floppy Toppy. That's why. That's your answer. That's why.
They're close.
Okay.
Close.
All right. Thanks for
like
that.
It's one of those situations where like you're like sitting outside in the driveway at the girl's house that you want to go in and holler at, but you just sit in the car for like weeks. Like you just sitting out there musty in the car. It's like, nah, we're not going inside, bro. We're gonna stay outside out here and hope she comes outside to meet us because I'm not going in there. The dub is in the crib waiting on you, and you just sitting outside in the car. And she calling you, and you're like, yeah, I'm close.
We're gonna start using that. That's the new just watch. That's we're close.
In case you're wondering, Freeze said that the expectation is still to win out.
Of course. What other expectation is he supposed to say that they have?
All right, I'm gonna get this, and we're gonna get to Mike G. Antonio Smith, the 2 says, "Get him out of Auburn tonight. This is BS." Thanks for that. And we have Mike G, who's ready to about to bring him on. I'm gonna take you off, Dylan, real quick. Mike G, tough one tonight.
Yep.
Quick post game. What was that like?
Yeah, a lot of the same. So Hugh Freeze came, acknowledged that it sucked. He acknowledged that he understands that fans are tired of hearing that it's close. But he did. He said we left some plays on the field tonight. He pointed to the drops as being pivotal in Auburn not winning this game. You know, he also was a little flabbergasted at the missed kicks by Alex McPherson. Said he'd been hitting them from 50 in practice. And was surprised to see him not executing those tonight. I mean, if you hit one of those, game's potentially over. And you missed three kicks tonight. So that's 9 points right there, plus the drop by Cam on what could have been a touchdown on the deep ball, perfectly placed by Jackson Arnold. It was really tough. It's another tough loss. A question was asked in the post game about why should fans believe that you and your staff are the ones to lead Auburn through to the other side? My
Somebody asked
guy,
him that.
yes, my guy Donnie Cogden asked that question, and he said, "Look, man, I believe in our staff. I believe in my guys, and uh, you know, again, he said we got to get back in here on Monday and get it fixed." And I'm like, Monday. Uh, Again, brother, I'm not sure you should be leaving the stadium. But look, man, it was just more of the same. There were some positives tonight. Perry Thompson had a great game tonight. Cam Coleman did, he did show up, despite the big drops. He led Auburn, I think, his first 100-yard game of the season tonight. So they were able to find him. Eric Singleton made plays. He was asked a question about the offense in overtime, essentially doing nothing, and didn't have an answer. And I think that perfectly summarizes how this has gone, that there are no answers on offense. The defense, again, did not allow more than 24 points to an opponent, and you lost. And this time at home. So there seems to be an acknowledgement that the fans have been great. The support. I asked a question about, look, you pointed to the talent gap when you got here. You closed it. You've been given every resource possible. You've got a great fan base. What more do you need to get Auburn over the hump? What more do you need? And he didn't have an answer to that question either. It was just kind of like, hey, we got, great fans. We got the support has been amazing. Okay, but you're not getting it done. So with all that, what more do you need, Hugh?
Yeah. Mike, when you talk about the defense, again, you mentioned the defense, and those guys played amazing. Especially in the secondary, I was impressed with our two corners, the picks that they got. Auburn did enough to put them in position to win this game. And again, it's the missed opportunities, right? And I think what a lot of people, I was watching the comments before the show, and people were just questioning the decision making and the play calling in game, those critical decisions and those critical moments. In your opinion, when you have a coach in year 3, remember this was the year that Auburn would turn the corner, and you don't have an answer for those critical moments where Auburn's offense just disappears. What do we make of that? What do fans make of that?
If you look at social media right now, what fans make of it is it's time for another coach. Because it is year 3, and you should have answers, and it should look better than it's looked. Look, I don't think anybody expected Auburn to go undefeated this season, but I feel pretty confident in saying they haven't lost a game yet that I felt they couldn't have won. I quite honestly, they haven't lost a game. You point to me the game on the schedule that they've lost since conference play started, which has been all of them since conference play started, that they couldn't have won. They've had a chance in all these games.
Right.
These were one-score games.
Right.
So it is. If your team is not making the requisite plays in crunch time for you to win, I have to believe that that's a product of how you prepare and how you practice. Now, when you culminate that with what we're hearing about how the defense is coached, how the practice is run, and the results we see on defense, these are like two different football teams. But he is responsible for the offensive side. So, yes, he's going to show up on Monday. I think he needs to find a way to show up differently on Monday. Because, again, I asked the question, what else do you need? Because I'm trying to point to the fact that what's going to be different next week from this week? What are you going to do in practice differently that you haven't done every single week in the lead up to this game that's going to produce a different result? So a personnel question was asked, and I followed up on it because I was, again, just trying to press him to say, hey, look, I don't feel like Jackson Arnold is the problem with this offense. I don't think he's playing the best ball ever. But at some point, you maybe have to look at if you're that close and Jackson isn't playing lights out, maybe another guy can make that extra play you need or score that touchdown you need. He said that he's committing to looking at it at some point, but he is covering Jackson and saying, hey, look, I don't feel like Jackson's the problem. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't think he is. I think you're the problem. But you need to, yeah, but at the same time, if you need a savior at quarterback, if you need a guy who can go out and just go get a play, right now we have 7 games worth of data that says that when crunch time is on, Jackson Arnold isn't that guy. Not under you. So it might be time to give Ashton Daniels a look because it's not like Jackson's putting up numbers, I think, that can't be replicated by somebody who's got P4 starting experience like Ashton Daniels. I'm not sure. I don't know if Deuce is out of the question by now, fellas. I know that it would be tough to burn his red shirt at this point in a season that seems to be going down on a downhill slide. I don't think that's particularly fair to Deuce, but you know, we'll see.
I say Ashton, but I don't want him to ruin Deuce at this point. Yeah. Mike, any other thoughts, man?
I was sitting in the booth next to Ike, and I turned to him and said, "Hey, man, did you see the score of the A&M Arkansas game? Arkansas put up points. They put up points. I think they lost that game 45-42. It was close. I mean, he may survive tonight, but I don't think he'll survive a loss to Arkansas or Kentucky. So, you heard what Dylan said. It was mentioned in the post game, like what is the expectation for the rest of the season? And he said to win out. You got 5 games left. Auburn's got to go win all 5 of them to be an 8-win team this season. That's a tough sell because you got Vanderbilt, after watching them today, they look legit, and you got Alabama at the end of the season. So even if you get Arkansas, Kentucky, and Mercer, that gets you to 6 wins. You've got to beat 2 very, very good football teams, one on the road, one at home, to be an 8-win football team in year 3. I thought 8 wins should be the floor. I think 8 wins gets him another year, certainly, because it would include a win in the Iron Bowl now. Now to get to 8, you got to win the Iron Bowl. So a win over Alabama certainly would get him to year 4. But I don't know. Some changes definitely have to be made here if Auburn is going to move this thing forward under Hugh Freeze. And I fear that tonight he lost control of his program. Now, what do I mean when I say that? I mean, I think that he's going to be told what to do the rest of the season if he's allowed to coach this team.
Mike, hopefully we'll have you on tomorrow for the weekend tailgate. We appreciate your coverage. Appreciate your coverage tonight. Get home safe, get some rest, and we will definitely hear more of your thoughts tomorrow, sir. Thanks for what you do, and we'll catch you, man.
All right, thanks, fellas.
All right, brother. Let's get back to some of these supers. Anthony Long, 3 years and 0-4 starts in SEC play. Has it been 3 0-4 starts? Yeah, I guess so, huh? I guess so, because our first win came against A&M late in the season yesterday, right? I mean, last year, right? Wow. Yeah, I'm with you, Anthony. Just wow. Okay. Exclusive TV. It better be breaking news come Sunday morning. We'll see. Felix the Cat says, where's James Franklin? Call him. Ike, any thoughts on that? You gonna wait on that one?
Yep, still holding
okay,
off.
All right. Hold what you got. B Will's forehead says, wonder if John Cohen is thinking about that Hugh Freeze firing right about now. Why are we still kicking field goals, and why is Howard still playing ball? Poor Preston Howard. I feel for the kid at this point. Sherman Hall says it's not Hugh's fault this time. Drop passes, missed field goals. It's not Hugh. Don't give up yet, guys. I'm not on the fire Hugh train. Sherman, let me
It's
let me
not
help you.
all on Hugh, but man, again, the final drive that they had the ball in regulation, the 2 drives in overtime were awful. They were they were awful, man. Like, I just don't know another way to put that. Yes, you had opportunities earlier in the game that you shouldn't have to be in that situation. Great. Got it. You're here. What are you going to do now?
Yeah.
And then you do that.
We see teams put themselves in a hole. We see teams fall behind in games. But we've seen good teams do what they have to do when they have the opportunity to win games. And that is on the head coach. And we have too much data on this team to absolve Hugh Freeze of any loss of this magnitude moving forward today and moving forward. We just can't. Yes, Hugh Freeze didn't drop passes. Yes, Hugh Freeze didn't miss field goal kicks. Yes, Hugh Freeze didn't snap the ball high. He didn't do any of those things. He didn't throw a pick. He didn't do any of those things. But you're overseeing a team that continuously on Saturdays makes enough mistakes and does not show up in times and moments where someone needs to step up and make a play.
Listen, I don't know. You had a chance to put the game away and you end up with a field goal.
Yeah.
Like, they score a touchdown on that drive.
It's
Game
over.
ends in regulation.
It's over.
And okay, high snap by your freshman center who comes in because your guy who is likely going to the league gets hurt. That's not Hugh Freeze's fault, right? My problem is he'd have been snapping the ball high for multiple drives before that. And are you telling me that when y'all are over there on the sidelines, and I looked, y'all aren't over there practicing this snap? Like, yo, you got to get this snap down, bro. You're snapping it too high. Like, where is, and this is, I pointed this out in the last game. This is why you don't have the right organization around things, because Hugh Freeze, he can't do everything. So somebody should have went and grabbed Jackson Arnold and said, hey, this snap is coming out too high. Let's get over here and work on this before we get over here to this next drive. Like, why are we not doing that, man? Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand why the administration of things is not going the way that it should. Your mic went out for some reason. See,
sorry. WDE 1424 says the car is broke. Time to trade it in. I hear you.
Did not start today.
Black Wing says, how much for Lane or Brent Key? Brent Key is Georgia Tech's coach,
Tech.
right?
Yeah.
I think he's where he wants to be.
Same with Lane.
Yeah, I mean, Brent Key is a Georgia Tech guy through and through.
He's there, Clark Lee.
Yeah.
Definitely not Cohen's burner again. Says Mercer is undefeated after a close week 1 loss.
I'm not entertaining that, y'all. I'm sorry.
Exclusive TV says I need 2 more recruiting classes.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. All right.
You don't know when the middle schoolers get the varsity, we'll see them.
We are going 6-6 or 5. This is what a 2x says. We are going 6-6 or 5-7 again, bro. Shaking my head. Haven't seen this guy in a while. Auburn Fanatics podcast with Vernon Speaks. And he's 2 words. Over with. Good to have you here, man. I hope you're well. Stephen Neely says Durkin. Crowd yells with joy. I think Stephen he's thrown a Dave in the hat. Joe D. Wilkins says, is Hugh Freeze really an offensive guru?
He says he is.
history. One time in the past, he was considered such.
2 games versus Alabama and a decade ago.
Not so much anymore. I remember in 2014, Auburn was on the road against Ole Miss. And you remember that when it was the second year of Nick Marshall when they played them, and that offense just looked incredible to me.
Yeah.
That's the offense I thought Auburn was getting when Hugh Freeze got
man.
hired.
It was amazing. And they had like a really good tight end. Maybe that's what this offense is missing. Maybe he just needs a really good tight end. Is that what the problem is?
I think it's a players thing.
Yeah, I mean, we're close. We just need some different players in here.
We're so close.
I guess. Jody Wilkins says, we already read that one. Mercy says we should have been up 28-10 at the end of the third quarter, but still found a way to be tied. This was a game between two teams that were playing to lose, and the other team managed to snap out of it.
Listen, man, every Missouri versus Auburn game is on some sort of expensive narcotic. Like they have Rogue Shop's best the last few times that these two teams have gotten together.
Just a comedy of errors for sure. Exclusive TV says need to take.
Way to pause before that.
Was that a double entendre? Was that a double entendre, Dylan?
Yes, it is.
Yikes. All right, exclusive TV.
You were so close to saying it.
Lake Show 24 says again, I'm not blaming Hugh Freeze. Plays are there to be made. At some point, players got to execute, man. We blame Hugh Freeze all day, but come on, players getting paid now.
Again, that's why I say it's not all on him. Like I'm not sitting here squarely putting the blame on Hugh Freeze because that's crazy. Like the first 3 drops of this game being from 2 5-star wide receivers and every one of them being a dot from your 5-star quarterback is just what this has been, bro. Like you have the best of the best talent and they are out there on the field absolutely flubbing it.
If you look at some of these past few games, Oklahoma, the officiating. Texas A&M, people were looking squarely at Hugh Freeze. I get it. Even against Georgia, you had the terrible call. There was just unfortunate things that happened in that game that really had nothing to do with Hugh Freeze. But again, you're losing one possession games back to back to back. You're starting off in conference play 0-4 for the 3rd straight season. And again, this year was supposed to be different. If you're judging this game in a vacuum, to Ike's point, it's not all on Hugh Freeze. We give you that. But the reason why people are upset is because when you start 0-4 for the 3rd straight year, in a year that you forecasted would be different, we can't shift that off of Hugh Freeze. This is all on Hugh. This end result is on Hugh. The offense being what it is on Hugh. Can't take that away from him.
What was the time? It was first year. It was give me 3 recruiting classes. Second year is we're so close. We have a bunch of young guys. And then this offseason, it was we're expecting to compete. Yeah. And you're competing. You're not winning.
Hey, listen, he's meeting the expectations. They're competing. He didn't say we're expecting to win. He said we're expecting to compete.
He said it now. He said it now.
Well, he said the expectation is to win out. He did say that now.
He said that now. They expect to win out. All right, buddy. Damian Postel says, I don't think Hugh Freeze knows football anymore, like for real.
Again, I can't say, like, I'll wait till we watch the film. I can't say that. But I can say 4th quarter, overtime, 1 and 2.
Wow.
Pathetic.
Are they still on the 3 play caller system?
I don't know if that was ever real.
They never were. Yeah. They never were. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Reed Minor Drums Says change the locks during the press conference. Alex should personally be allowed to kick Hugh Freeze. He posted it again for putting him in that spot.
One comment for each one.
Gotcha.
For
Good
each
call.
missed field goal, he still got one more left in.
Well, yeah. Rick Cazenave says every offense playing our defense struggles and players mostly execute. Offense fails in play calling and player execution. 10 plus plays a game. It's coaching. Rick,
So again, he never mind. I don't. We got so I want y'all to get y'all's out because I got plenty I need to say about this, and I will have my time to talk. It's for y'all to talk right now.
yeah. Big Gap says silver lining. Happy for Perry Thompson tonight. He had a game. War Damn Eagle. Wish he could have gotten a score in this game, but yes, 15 yards a catch, 4 receptions, 60 yards. Cam Coleman 6, 108. Yeah, those guys had a good game. Eric Singleton quietly had 6 receptions, even though I think some of his catches were like that reverse ordeal type of thing they were doing for him. But he had 32
He had a
yards
drop in this
receiving.
game too. That was kind of bad.
Yeah. But yes, happy for Perry Thompson. Happy he got to be a part of the passing attack. Ben Bloodworth says at this point, I'm just happy the NCAA football doesn't have a Premier League style relegation.
I think he meant regulation.
Regulation, okay.
No relegation. Because they relegate the lowest team to another league.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
relegation. Got you. All right, that shows my ignorance. I'm such an American.
Me too, because I didn't know what it was either. CB says Hugh hands were literally shaking when they showed him play calling in the overtime. He is mentally defeated at this point. It's time. Was it really? I got to go back and look at that. Wow.
And he almost threw the Waffle House menu he carries around a couple of times, but
That's funny. Wallace Rivers says losing culture. Can't be dancing before the fourth quarter instead of focusing.
that's mostly for the fans.
Yeah. Who are still locked in. A. Utero says Auburn has become worse than the nightmare that I envisioned we would be under Kevin Steele had he been selected in 2020. Ouch. Exclusive TV says, tells Asante, I hate you won't experience the greatness that's coming to this program. Yeah, we're still waiting on that greatness, Jimbo Freeze. Yeah. K Hill says, drop a bag on James Franklin and a first-round talent QB. Tired of this losing culture. It's been like this for too long. Yes, it has been like this for a very long time. K Hill, thanks for the super chat. Reed Minor Drum says, dropping another because someone made the same Alex joke before me. Appreciate you, Reed.
I will say, go back to the first round. How do you know who a first round talent quarterback is? Because if you look at the Heisman race right now, Fernando Mendoza is currently leading the Heisman race. You would told me last year he's not a first round talent, but he's getting it done.
Because Diego Pavia is not a first round talent and
Exactly.
he just wins football games. Like, it's not about first round talent, it's about winners. And some guys are just winners. And I'm not going to say that some others are just losers. I'm going to say that some guys are just winners.
Some are better at finding
that.
ways to win.
Yes.
Okay. I want to ask you a question about the people who aren't winners, but I'll let you have it. Bo Bonner says, I knew I should have put the rent on the under 43.5. Yeah. I was curious about that. Actually, I had Auburn scoring less points, and I had Missouri scoring less points. I definitely would have taken the under here, but
Overtime would have got you right. Like, if it finished in regulation, you'd have been right on probably.
Mm-hmm. Exclusive TV says the fact that we can laugh through this is sick. No, it's therapeutic. Sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying.
I'll say 4 games of it. It's kind of,
Listen, I can find a joke in just about anything that ain't like
Yeah.
morbid. This is just sports, bro. Like if I'm gonna find me, I'm gonna get these jokes off.
Scott Chapman says our 5-star fans deserve better. Yes, they do. I agree with you, Scott. I agree with you. And
I always
thank
look back to that Ball State hype video where he freezes in the locker room, talking about how the fans and how much they owe them something, and then 4 weeks of this, 4 games of this,
Yeah,
with the break in the middle.
that was such a long time ago too. Stephen Neely with the $5 says Marcus Davis, Cam, Perry, Malcolm, and Bryce would be an absolute steal for any team looking for wide receiver help. Just saying.
Yeah, man. As long as they can catch the ball.
Yeah. Big Gap just gifted 5 Warport memberships. Appreciate you, homie. Definitely not Cohen's burner says, hear me out. Chat GPT for offensive coordinator with play calling responsibility.
So you want even more predictable play calling, is what you're saying. Okay.
Tony Baker says, yes, there are a few positives, but as Herm Edwards says, you play to win the game. Hello, you play to win the game.
So
Yeah.
speaking of playing to win the game, do you think that they should have tried to go for something at the end of regulation there with timeout left?
They had 2, right?
I don't know how many they had. I'm just saying it wasn't 0.
Then they had 2 timeouts, 18 seconds. I mean, you could do a couple of plays. I mean,
I don't think they had confidence.
I would say, where's field goal range for you?
They just don't have confidence in to go down the field.
A lot of people felt like, I mean, I was watching some responses and people were like, why didn't we even try it? And I'm like, I don't know what you try right there.
Yeah, I just don't think the field goal kicking wasn't working. So it's not like you can get in field goal range or get within, you know what I mean? Just what do you do? You know? I guess you could throw up a Hail Mary, but
The Statue of Liberty.
we'll mess that up. JJ Brand says fans steadfast support lessens pressure to fire. Think so?
Listen, fans show up to support those players, and please continue to do that. Like, this is not a boycott situation. The players still need the support of the fans. You're not showing up for Hugh Freeze. As a matter of fact, people were saying they booed him before the game. Nobody's here for him right now.
Yeah.
They're here for this university and for those players.
Exclusive TV says Ashton should have been starting from the start of this game.
I don't know. I think Arnold played well enough to earn another week.
I don't think if he had started rough, I might agree with you, but he actually started well. Like, do I think maybe he should have finished the game? Maybe. But he started well. First drive, touchdown. He threw some dots.
I'll be honest, man. Like, as much as I had an issue with the Arnold holding onto the ball, I just think a lot of it was play calling. I really did. I just think a lot of it was play calling. I think he made the right decisions. He hit the deep. He didn't overthrow anybody in the deep. Like I don't know. Like the things that really, again, I get holding to the ball. Yes. But the things that really ticked me off about Jackson Arnold's game, he didn't do a lot of that stuff tonight. So there wasn't even a situation where you bench him, really.
I think we start looking at the right tackle position for a conversation because Mason Murphy got put through a cycle today. Because, I mean, Xavier Chaplin, ever since his hearing got checked, he's actually been pretty well. Played pretty well.
On the road yet? I mean, we next week we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how.
Hold that thought.
At least at home, the last 2 games, his hearing has been okay enough for him to block well, and not jump off sides. But Mason Murphy, he can't hang with the SEC.
Riley Mobley says, I don't want this loser stank on Deuce. And that's, yeah, protect Deuce. That's protect Deuce. Ben Bloodworth says, somewhere in California, a potato is laughing. Referring to Harson there. Ungo G says, we've been held hostage for too long. Enough. I hear you, Ungo. I hear you. Thanks for the super chat. The American Idiot 01 says, for the next guy, we should really look into a defensive guy. Tired of offensive gurus who can't fix the offense. I got some questions for you guys in the future, just like Ike is holding his thoughts about Franklin. I have a question. I'm gonna hold it because there's no coaching vacancy at Auburn.
Not yet.
And on Rush says, when we had 18 seconds left with 2 timeouts in the fourth and Hugh decided to kneel, I knew it was over. Loser mentality.
See, there it is. I told something. There are a lot of people who felt like he should have at least attempted to go down the field and score in regulation.
Got it. NH 3425 says, I still don't see emotion nor leadership in the next guy to step up and say, I'm going to win this game for us. Until it happens, this team will not overcome a win against a top team. We're them Eagles since 1992. I hear you, man. I hear you. Patrick Manley says 2.5 years and only 5 SEC wins. Come on. Yeah. That's abysmal. That's bad. NH3425 says, despite the loss, solid job by Perry Thompson. Very good game. Very good game by that young man. Happy for him in his stats. Hell. Been looking for. I love this name, by the way. When you're in a hole, you look to your coach. Is your coach a ladder or a shovel? No steps to night game. Get to digging. No urgency to accountability. Thanks for that comment there. Ben Bloodworth says, where's the Auburn Airport Chiswick Hetler? He's needed at the golf course. We need a winner. Yeah, I hear you. Cleveland Brown says, despite a better offensive performance, we still found a way to lose the damn game. Come on, man. Yeah, because we're a bad team, but we're close. Even though we're bad, we're close.
Yeah, I don't know what all this edging is we're doing here, but
Hey, we're gonna win out. That's the expectation.
Yeah, because we're close.
We're all about meeting expectations.
John Bryan says UAB fired their coach last week and beat a top 25 team at home this week. Just saying.
Another Saban disciple too.
Cleveland Brown says, what does accountability look like after this? Good question. Well, accountability means that he's going to come in on Monday and figure out how to get a win. That's what he said last week. So that's what accountability would have to look like this week because they're going to win out. Right? Right, guys? As everyone nods. All right. All right.
I was hoping for 1 week for me not to say this press conference is gonna tell a lot about the remainder. I'm getting tired of the press conference meeting so much.
Yeah.
I just want it to be all about scheming, not about everything else.
Desmond Steele says, fire freeze, start night for future. A 6-6 record is just as bad as 5-7.
No. 6-6 is another game.
Yeah. I mean, I understand what he means, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it is technically 6-6 is better than 5-7. But in year 3, 6-6 is a fire.
Auburn 6-6 is another home game in Birmingham.
Stephen Neely says, great content as always to the entire Warport family. Keep it up. I'll see you over on Lob Town.
like out. Done for football, fam.
Checking out. Checking out.
We're done with the 90s.
NH3425 says no more fan-themed dress-out games until AU wins.
What I loved is like as the game progressed, and it's just so poetic. It looked like the power stripe was just like the color was fading out of it. So
Yeah.
it just looked like more and more people were just like,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
how the team felt.
Omega Survival says Freeze's post-game press conference was defeated too. He's done on a scale of 23 to 17. Is he fired tomorrow?
No.
I don't know if he's a dead coach. I mean, you can say he's a dead coach walking. I don't know if he gets fired tomorrow. I don't know when it happens because I see a few more L's. So I'm saying he's a dead coach walking because I don't see how Auburn wins out. I don't see how they beat Vanderbilt. I don't see how they beat Bama.
It's very reminiscent of the 22
I,
season.
I will say the same thing that I said before this game. That, and I don't know if I said it on here or just to Mike G. I feel like he's coaching week to week at this point in time, and I felt like he needed this win. But again, the way he lost may put him in a scenario where people rethink that. But he's literally in a situation where I don't know that you can afford to take these L's and convince somebody it's going to improve because it just hasn't.
Yeah. Big Unc says, and we complain about Gus. Call Rhett Lashley.
Yes, we complained about Gus with good reason. Just because Hugh Freeze is worse doesn't mean Gus was good.
Yeah, but I mean, but he was giving us solid seasons. So Gus was 8-4,
and that was sickening. I was as sick of hearing solid as I am. We're close.
but you were more solid than we are close. Never mind. We'll talk about it later. Whatever. Whatever. You got it.
Championships, bro. I ain't with this close solid bullshit.
You got it. You got it. You. I hear you, but man,
As a Gus apologist, I'll stay silent on this one.
Man, what I have for no solid seasons. NH 3425 says Waffle House has more W's, and you know what? You know what? You know what? That hurt. That actually hurt. That stung a little bit right there, NH. That hurt. Okay.
It's a good one though. It's a good one.
It's good. That's a good one, but that ouch. Yikes. Mercy with 499 says comparing Freeze to Jimbo is disrespect to Jimbo. Scott Frost is a better comparison.
Yeah, I mean, Jimbo had better win-loss records for sure with good talent. So yeah, I would say yes at this point in time, because did Jimbo Fisher ever have a losing season?
No.
Then the joke with him, it was always 8-4 was the joke.
Yeah, but I say so. Yeah,
8-4, 75-ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah,
he had winning seasons. So yeah.
And it was just like the same thing with like Gus. It's like the 8-4 just got stale.
Yeah.
So they paid the $1 billion buyout.
Exclusive TV says I know B Will somewhere with his mug in disbelief. No. B Will.
He believes
Y'all
exactly
haven't
what he sees.
y'all haven't seen B Will like most of this season. Like, and B Will checked out before the season started. B Will has been off of he's been off of the Hugh Freeze train. Was it sometime in the middle of last year, Ike?
Yeah. Okay.
Like he's really been off. Like he gets on this show and he doesn't say much when he was here because there wasn't anything positive he had to say. He's not in disbelief. He's just probably in disbelief that Hugh is still around, but he's off the Hugh Freeze train. That's where his disbelief is. Thomason says, my parents used to tell me horror stories about the Barfield era. Looking at his record, we're in hell. Yeah. I think he's competing with Barfield as one of the worst. Mitochondria says worse than the Brian Harsin in SEC play. I didn't think that was possible. Is Franklin even possible? Don't know. Just have to wait and see. Darius Lee says boosters might need to step in.
At what point in time do you think the boosters don't feel the need to they gonna step in?
Step in when they get ready.
Bro,
Get good and ready. Win or lose.
they didn't step out. They got step out.
Boosters like, hey, we here, buddy. We don't worry, we got this. We got this.
They was waiting for him at the door.
NH 3425.
It's late, bro. My bad, y'all.
Gus didn't lose to New Mexico State. I hear you though.
I do recall.
Again, I'm not.
Jacksonville
There's
State
literally
game.
no debate that Gus was a better coach at Auburn than Hugh Freeze. That is not the debate I'm having. My
There's a
debate
lot of
is
people better than Hugh Freeze.
frustration would still. You're allowing the frustration of what you feel right now to make you forget the frustration you felt of being even closer, but still not there. Yeah, Gus was at the doorstep and Hugh Freeze is in the driveway, but nobody was going through the door, bro.
No. Hugh Freeze is on the main highway, getting ready to turn off into the long winding road that
black
gets to the
people
neighborhood.
close.
Yeah,
Hugh Freeze is black people close, where they be like, "I'm on the way," and
I'm on the way.
You really at the crib. Gus was like actual close, like he really is down. When he say he down the street, he really was down the street. But it's like an accident that prevents him from actually getting to the crib. So like he not gonna make the party ever. But he was actually close. Hugh Freeze at the house, like putting on deodorant. Someone said, "Yeah, man, I'm right down the street, but I'll be there in just a minute."
Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes on God.
Nah, man, I'm right there, bro. I promise.
Man. Swear to God. That's Hugh Freeze. No shirt on. Hey,
he still got to iron his clothes. He ain't took a shower yet.
Okay. All right. Enough. Let's get through these. SMT says breaking news. We are not freaking close. Time for the thaw. I hear you. Is that? I think SMT is trying to start something there. Time for the thaw out. I like that. Scott Chapman says Kirk Signetti throw the bank, make the call. He ain't picking up, and he got his bread.
I'm about to say they already threw the bank. Auburn's not to break that Signetti contract. Nah, bro. They literally just signed that yesterday.
Yeah. Indiana said, Kurt, can you come in? Can you step in the office, please? We're not playing games with you.
I mentioned that before. I think Signetti it's like a step above Lane in the sense of he was never gonna be like Auburn would never have a chance getting them.
Yeah.
Right where he wants to be.
Cadillac got an SECW before Coach Hugh Freeze.
Yikes.
That happened. Joe Campbell says Ike got down there and fire freezes. Get down there and fire freezes. Goofy.
Hey, listen, man. They said we was the reason Gus got fired. Maybe we wield more power than we think.
We definitely didn't get Gus fired.
Hey, listen. Let the interwebs tell it. We fired Gus and Rambo out of town. We just doing everything over here.
Yeah. That's it, man. We're well. Hold on. Got another one. Does Cohen's car start tomorrow? See what you did there.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Like that. It's like that. No, I don't think it's starting. It's gonna start on Monday. It's gonna start on Monday because he's coming in on Monday
with the expectation of winning it.
Yeah, it doesn't start tomorrow. 22 busy.
It's close. It's close to starting.
It's going to start on Monday. That's when he said in the press conference that he's going to come in and figure it out. Okay. Do we have any more? Oh yeah. Big Gap says let Ruth from Toomer's Corner call plays. I haven't been down in Auburn in a long time. Who's Ruth?
Oh,
You tell me
Yes.
offline? Okay.
yeah.
Got it. Exclusive TV says, imagine calling your fellow coaches asking how to finish a game.
I hope they the fourth quarter and OT play calls didn't come from them. There's like, yeah, man, what you should do is on 3rd and long, like run a delayed handoff. That's how you finish.
You should run a reverse to Eric Singleton that never worked in this game. Yeah, you should call that for your first play.
Throw a pass to Preston Howard.
Yeah.
Any play.
Yeah.
Has a Preston Howard pass.
Yeah. You guys are still super chatting, so we're going to hang out with you guys. Tony Baker, 747, says, please stop saying, Franklin, why are we begging for another guy that was just fired? We want to go up, not sideways.
You got to go up before you go sideways. Freeze is still on the bottom floor.
He'd be better than who you got right now, but
yeah, man. I don't need the next hire to just be better though, man. And I don't have the answers for who would be a good coach.
Me either.
Which is why I'm not putting no names out there.
Me either.
But, man, I don't know, bro.
Me either. None of us know, man. Not even Hugh knows. Cohen don't even know. All right. I think that's it, y'all. Dylan, when's your next live?
Tomorrow at 6 p.m. CST on the College Loop. Subscribe to the channel. We're getting 11 away from 1,000.
Man, go over there and help Dylan out at the College Loop, guys. Go over there.
I posed a hypothetical. What would happen first? The Loop hits 1,000, or does Auburn commit to the run game? And that battle's still going on.
I think you got it in the bag. Keep the faith, man. Keep the faith.
Close to winning.
Ike, you gonna be on tomorrow? Maybe not. I don't know. We gonna see. I know Mike's gonna be.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure yet because I ain't. Of course, I'm still in Auburn right now, so it just kind of depends on how all that goes.
I got you. Well, either way, Mike G and I will be here, and we will have more thoughts about where Auburn goes from here. Auburn is 3-4, 4-game losing skid, and this season has gone off the rails, it seems now. So we'll talk about that. Be sure to subscribe to the College Loop. Catch Dylan at 6 p.m. Central Time as he does his live show. You can catch us tomorrow, the Weekend Tailgate, at 1 p.m. Central Time. Guys, please be sure to subscribe to our channel as well before you get out of here. We're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Didn't see a different result, but maybe next week. Till then, War Eagle, y'all.
War Eagle.